This is my review again of the hockey table that I purchased, and I just wanted to go through a little things that I've done to it since the last video. I wound up adding electronic scoring, and I wound up getting that off of an air hockey table that I got off of Craigslist for 15 bucks. It wound up having two sensors, or four sensors I should say, for each end of the air hockey table. And I'll go underneath and I'll show you what I wound up doing. I wound up routing the wires along the side and just use hot glue and just put them right onto there. And then I came off of the bucket along the side. Why is it yellow? Because I used some shrink tubing just to hide this side. And I added the sensors right here and made a little ramp so it can sit on when the puck goes through. And I opened up the hole and made a ramp on the inside. I just took some of this cardboard here, not cardboard, but it's something I got at Michael's. It's a craft store. It's almost like a foam, and it's got like a real smooth side to it, probably like a poster board, probably would be more likely to say. And I wound up cutting a little piece of Lexan and 3M taped it right to the system and just brought it down. And you can see, I will turn it on, and there's an on-off switch. It'll go through the numbers. And then move the goalie over, and as it goes in, keep score. Now what happens is the pucks wind up coming into this tray right here and sit perfect because they come through that hole that I made. Just basically just used a drill to drill out the two sides first, drilled that hole there and a hole there, and then just used a little saw and cut it straight across, a little skill saw. And like I said, what you do is you got to make a little ramp, so when the puck goes in there, it just slides right down, and it has to go by the two sensors. So basically, you're forcing it to go through. And I was using the iPad for a timer and a clock, or the scoring and the clock. But I wound up finding this timer here, and it works perfect. So all I gotta do is just touch and start, and that'll give me the buzzer I want at the end. Here's a little sample of a short one, and if you do. And there you go. The reason why it went to 4 is because I probably touched it with my finger, but you can see if I stick my hand in there, it'll change score. And this will go all the way to 10, and then that's it, game over. And there's a reset switch on the front, so you could reset it. And again, I'll show you. And there they sit. Also what I did is I was at Michael's. I found these styrofoam, not styrofoam, it's like a hard foam. They used it in the craft area. I was distinguishing the goalie with this one and that one, and it was really hard to make out when you got two of them so close together, two black rods. And I find this a lot easier to work, because if you pretty much put your fingers right here, it slides so much smoother. You get a lot better action. You can still turn it, but it's not as severe, with the way the other handle was. It's easier to poke check, to stick it right out, because you could just pretty much hang on to it. other than that, I had a few issues with some springs, but Rick Benej was pleasant enough to send me some replacements. I just don't think the glue that they're using is really strong enough for it. I've been using like a 5-minute epoxy once they come apart, and eventually they'll all be done because they're pretty much coming off one by one. I don't know if it's just bad planning or if it's just, I don't know. I just think they're using the wrong glue, because all the ones that I've used the 5-minute epoxy on, I haven't had any issues whatsoever. So other than that, that's my table. I'm finding it, a lot better to play, like Rick was saying, a more controlled hockey game than what he describes as some people playing popcorn hockey, where you're just popping and popping and popping around and, hoping for the best. This is a game of skill, so, I've been working on, doing a lot of board passing and passing in front and just learning the angles of pissing my brothers off and really picking them corners really clean. So, well, that's the benefit of owning it, and they don't, so I get to practice. So other than that, I just wanted to share the few things that I've done, and hopefully you can use a few of these. The air hockey table, like I said, was only 15 bucks. So, if you go online and try to purchase just an electronic system, I wish it had a clock on it, but hey, it's all well. I have one. Works as good. So, like I said, I did the Eastern and Western Conference decals on the legs that I made. I wound up putting some buttons on the end to cover the screws. And pretty much my table. Enjoying it. It's fun. Once you get all the little quirks out of it, of all your adjusting of all your players, it's definitely a good game to play, but hey, things have issues. I appreciate you viewing the video. Take it easy. See ya.